we're going to see more trouble. We're going to see much higher prices. We're going to watch the financial markets collapse.
This is by far the biggest energy crisis that anybody alive is experiencing.
Sell in May and go away.
So now there's no more safety buffer.
And cue the fire. Hopefully you guys are watching this before tomorrow, but I am 100% sure you are feeling it today. But there's bigger problems of what is tomorrow. Now you're feeling, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. The energy crisis, the U.S. households could be in for a second wave. Yes, you will be in for a second wave of price increases. No, they're not going away. Yes, the middle class is going to feel it worse than the 1%. Actually, the 1% does not feel it when all of your prices just in the last few years have gone parabolic. And it's so bad, toilet paper samples at Costco. You can't even go there to eat anymore. It's like, here, would you like to try one of these? Which back in the day was 6 kids. We're all going to Costco for lunch. No, you can't have the hot dogs, can't have the pizza. Go get some samples. See, I knew how to save money. But let me tell you what is coming in the future, what is coming tomorrow, what is coming the next day. There is no more boats. There is no more energy. It is all dried up. Don't feel it now. And economists and just normal humans are like, I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, have we ever cut off energy like this before? Yes. And it was normal. It was fine until it wasn't. It would be like me canceling your internet tomorrow and your kid's cell phone tomorrow. Not yet. How's that going to work out? Well, they would probably just borrow someone else's phone. They'd use someone else. Well, no, theirs is canceled too. It's everyone. It's fine now, but there's going to be hell to pay, and you can't fix it. You can't like, well, here's your phone back. No, it's gone. Right now, if the Strait of Hormuz was open and the boats were filling with energy and moving around and yada, yada, it would take 6 months. And the world is sleepwalking into one of the biggest crises in history. Some are saying you will not even be able to leave your house. And other people are saying there's a recession, maybe at the end of the year. Betting odds are giving an 18%. So let's just I'm going to bet on no one knows. Well, unless you rewind the history books, which I showed you yesterday. Embargo declared, we're okay. Embargo lifted. And then all hell breaks loose. Going into this reminds me of 2000 and like Y2K. Okay, it's fine. We made it. We're all good. And then the market just collapses. And then the foreclosures. And actually, foreclosures, 6-year high starting tomorrow. Foreclosures jump 26% in 1 quarter. And they're saying, oh, it's insurance premiums and all the things that they never tell you about, like property tax, just keeps going up. Can't afford a house that you've paid off. I'm sure we're fine. I mean, with AI creating all these new jobs. And in regards to the stock market, this is when it gets bad. Okay, we swung, traded up, we made our cash. I said, I am in, I am out. That would be the big positions, still trading every day. And even Tom Lee has some stark warnings. Funstrat just put out, says that May, June, that would be today, SPY crash will feel like hell, but you just buy the dip for SPY target 770. I'm going to agree with him, but you don't buy the dip, you buy the bounce. And then he goes over the timeline, new Fed confirmation. That is now. So that's going to change nothing. Well, unless history repeats. On this one, guys, you know this, S&P 500 drawdowns under new Fed chair. And I don't know the charts are telling you this is your topping. Okay, well, maybe it's, okay, this is what it is. Fed, which actually does absolutely nothing. And yesterday, how the Fed can boost growth. This guy was saying how they were down $1 trillion, and I'll let you listen. Yesterday, I said I would explain it. I never did. I showed it, so I will now show it, explain it. Because sometimes on this channel, I chase squirrels, and then everyone's like, wait, huh? I know this has happened to all of us. You're talking to your buddy. You're walking because your wife is in the hospital. And then a nurse, you run into this with your buddy. You're in an in-depth conversation. And then you get distracted. 1 minute you're talking to your buddy about Trump's lowest approval ratings ever. And then the next minute you're like, wait, am I married? Where are we at? Oh my gosh, I almost did it again. Roll the tape.
It's worrisome. You know, the Fed basically has become now just a giant hedge fund. It's lost $1 trillion, you know, and counting. It's going to be a gigantic loss. What it does is borrows money at 5.4%
No, they don't.
from banks and then dumps it into government bonds.
No, they don't. Head of World Bank, the Fed creates money out of thin air. Call them bank reserves. The Fed creates bank reserves and buys bonds. Now, from who? Most people think that they're, you know, going direct. Now, they get the sloppy seconds from your bank that already owns it. Reserves are liabilities on their balance sheet. It's just the same thing happens in the banking system. The bank has no money. You walk into the bank, hey, I'd like $1 million. Okay, here you go. You're like, they don't have it. I know they don't need to have it. I want to do that. I know we all do. Basically does the same thing. They cut you a check for $1 million. You got to pay them back with interest once a month, 30-year loans. There is a high probability based on charts that those interest rates are going to go up. Your government with the $40 trillion in debt, they're going to have to pay more. How are they going to get it? They're going to tax you to death. But getting back to all of this, it's all bad. It's all going to keep going. These are big systems that are in play. This was a big one. It's like, yep, if you follow this channel, interest rates are going to go down. 10 years going to go down. It's going to go down. I said, well, unless you break that, then we go higher. Oh, we broke that. Then we go higher. And hey, look, it's a bull pennant. It is a triangle. You break that, we go even higher. If you think it's high now, it's going to be more worser. Do I know this? Because I follow the charts. I don't listen to any of this. Although it makes for really good thumbnails and titles because they're just, ooh. All of this is not going to be good for your kids. It's not going to be good for the middle class. It's not going to be good for your kids that have kids because they're not going to keep up. It is the 1%. And that is why I created this channel, is to get you there. And while I'm doing that, I uncover all the lies. I mean, the first video I ever did on YouTube was like, don't save your money. It was 8 years ago. And check this out. I used to do this with my high school students. They'd create a budget, and I would wake them up really quickly. What do you need to make to survive? Because all of them are like, yeah, when I turn 18, I'm moving out. I'm like, well, oh, hold on there, Bobby. No one calls their kids Bobby anymore. Average rent is $3K. You're supposed to make 3X that. How much do you need to make? Not Bobby. That would be $9,000 a month, or you need to make over $108,000 a year. Well, how am I going to do that? Make sure you give mom and dad a big hug and say thank you. And by the way, that $108 a year is going up. Want to know what else is going up? Property tax. Thanks, government. So this goes up, and it just keeps going. Wars keep going, and inflation keeps going, and they will lie to you and tell you that everything is just great. Wait for the second wave. Wait for this blocked 64 days, 65, 70, 80, and it's going to affect everyone closer to this a lot more than it affects us, but it will affect you, and quite a bit.
Let's just get that out of the way then. This massive disruption, a lot of observers saying that we haven't really felt the full bite of the oil shortage yet.
No, we have not. And it's to set the stage. This is by far the biggest energy crisis that anybody alive is experiencing. There remains a lot of apathy in the market because I just don't think people can wrap their heads around it. It's natural when something is so humongous, the human mind just can't grasp it.
Yeah.
Middle Eastern production is down 14 million barrels per day. We've already lost about 650 million barrels, or forfeited production already. Even if the Strait of Hormuz were to open up tomorrow, which doesn't seem very likely, we'll lose 1.5 billion barrels of forfeited production. And so what that means is we've got inventories. The reason why all of this complacency is we had the safety buffer of the last of the ships that left the Strait before the closure. They've now reached berth. They've unloaded. So now there's no more safety buffer. And in a world where you've lost 14 million barrels per day, you either have to draw down inventories, which is happening, and even in the United States. We saw their diesel stocks fell 4% in a single week. Gasoline, we're not even in the driving season. Gasoline stocks fell 3% in a single week. We think the global oil inventories are going to reach record lows, like all-time lows in history, by the end of May. And that's even if the Strait were to open up today. So we really, really need a resumption in this. And I just don't think the market can grasp just how severe this is and what it means for the oil price.
Presumably,
Just all agree that this is going to get bad. I know you're feeling it right now. Again, You're really going to feel it. Now the question is, because I know you, is Bravo, how do we make money from this? And then how does this, does this repeat? And I've showed you this forever. This is a channel. We just came out of it. If I had to bet dollars to donuts, again, I do. This is going to be a false breakout. I could be wrong. That's on the bigger time frames. I mean, the lower one, it's like, okay, we're going to short it. Okay, we're going to go long every day. It's back and forth. Taking this from the COVID lows, I'll teach you. You click on this button. This is a regression trend line. It'll kind of help you. This one's going to be you still got some more movement up top, but it's not doing perfect lines. If you want to be perfectamunda, go with candles and come over here to Ray and line this up at the top, and lo and behold, it's a breakout. Also do parallel channels. Grab that, pull that down, and go, oh, I can see clearly now the rain. I don't know what the rain does. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. I don't know, probably not. So short term, I'm in and out, in and out, in and out. Long term, I see that, I'm like, here, you go to 5,559. I could turn on my Bravo Kit Pro. This is on the weekly. Yeah, you're still not purple, although you should be doing this on the daily. On the daily, you guys knew we were all in right there. That was April Fool's Day. I'm like, go in, don't get out. Then, here at purple, hey, get out. This was take profit. That's good. It still should be purple. It's still a going. And where I can guarantee you the highest you're going to go before a major pullback, if you get to 7,360, you are going to move down very quickly. Just like when you hit this on that, it wicked in there. And that's why my Shamu popped up. Whenever it gets into these zones, it's just like, that's it. So by the time you are watching this video, like futures comes out, let's say it's up. Oh, you said the market's going to go down. I mean, guys, futures, what you play when market opens with no volume is nada. I can tell you is, here's a good one. With futures, if it ever gaps in futures, it almost always fills. That is an easy one. The second one is just wait till the market open. Give it 1 minute. Then trade it to make your digits go up. And I told you, guys, silver, it is ready to break out. What about gold, Bravo? Another channel, either here or there. Well, that's not nice. That's like a 50-50. Yeah, I know. I'm not taking it. That's why I gave you silver. So if you'd like to learn how to do this every day to solve the gas prices, this is an email I just got, $224. And this is about average for me. Out of 12 trades, 10 of them were win. So you're saying it's not guaranteed? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might lose 2. But I have to figure out a way for you to solve this or to solve the housing crisis. Just like, yeah, an extra $800. This is my student that's walks through it Monday through Friday, every morning. Have not missed a day. This Friday was like shooting fish in a barrel, $800. This at a time that you are in it's a bubble. Come on. How is this? I don't care. Whatever. This should have a severe pullback. And I'll still trade it up. Okay. Most expensive stock market in history. Hold on. Let me just fact check myself. Okay. Great financial crisis. That was the bubble right there. All right. We're that close away. And if I were to chart it for you with 2000, I take this, see this pattern, and I carry it all the way over off the screen. Okay, move screen. You can't see it, can you? But just it matches up. Ta-da! So maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little more. Come on, bring everyone in, and then the sell button. It's on the other side. It's red. And with that, I love you. Take advantage. Just forgot I teach you step by step how to do this stock market money glitch. I haven't even gone into the glitch. It's this week. 30 some odd videos. Real good. How to trade the morning market open. I mean, trade the later market, the middle market. That way it helps you with the supermarket. And your first trade should even take care of the price of the course. And with that, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.